welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be rewatching my skydiving video. I went skydiving in 2021, basically like straight right after the pandemic lockdown had kind of like lifted, I guess. I decided to jump out of a plane. Honestly, that's a very sane response to the pandemic. But so yeah, I went skydiving. My friend Jess, who lives upstate, actually drove down at 4 a.m. to come and jump out of a plane with me. So like that was cool of her. She had actually jumped before, so this was her second time skydiving. This was my first time. I had wanted to jump for a while. Like, I don't know, I just have like a list of slightly crazy things I wanted to experience, and skydiving was one of them. Yeah, so I did my research, you know, like I guess understand and want to acknowledge that sometimes things go wrong during skydiving. So I kind of went into it with the mentality of fuck it, we ball. I don't know, but yeah, anyway, I decided to do it anyway, because you know, you only live once, as they say sometimes. I went to the Long Island Skydiving Center, and they were great. Just to like give a little bit of my experience before I watch the video, and also I want to give you guys some tips or things to know before you decide to jump, because there were a few things that I didn't expect that I kind of wish that I knew. Or maybe as I'm saying it you're like, duh, that's obvious, but I'm gonna say it anyway for anyone who maybe didn't think about it like the way I didn't think about it. So we drove to Long Island. When we got there, they make you sign a waiver. At first I was like, you know what, I don't really need to like pay for pictures and videos, because I don't know, I was just like, I don't need it. But then my friend kind of talked me into it, and I was like, you know what, this might be my first and last time jumping, so let me get those pictures and videos. And so we were sitting in the lawn chairs. They have like these chairs outside. This was during the summer, and like you could just like watch people dropping out of the planes. It was actually it made me feel more comfortable being able to just like watch other people do it. And they were playing, I still remember, they were playing not Rocket Man. It was an Elton John song. What's it called? Tiny Dancer. They were playing Tiny Dancer. And yeah, I was just, it was a vibe. I was chilling, you know. I wasn't as nervous anymore, even though days leading up to that I was so scared. But anyways, so then it was our turn. Also, like the crew, the people who work there, they're so funny, and they have like the best sense of humor, you know. Like, I mean, maybe it would scare other people, but they were just like, yeah, man, I don't, like, they would walk past people and be like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, man. It's my first day, like. And it was just like, I don't know, like, at first it made me nervous, but then I realized like they were just like joking, you know, like they were just like, I don't know, it, like, the sense of humor, at least for me, it really helped. And then so there was this teeny tiny little plane that we got in, and the instructor was strapped to my back, which you'll see, which was interesting. I mean, of course they have to be strapped to your back, but like just the experience was kind of funny. But yeah, so we got in a plane, and I guess everything else I'll just like explain, and like the tips and stuff I'll explain as I go through the video. But that's the plane that we got in. Oh, there's me.
I think the crazy one all the time. We're gonna have a bunch of fun. Okay. Something, any message for your family, friends? No?
I'll see you later.
So you're ready to go take that decisions?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that. All right.
He was so great, and he was so funny. Okay, one of the things I will say, actually let me turn this down. One of the things that I will say, I feel like, I don't know why I wore a crop top that day, and it was like a loose crop top. Wear a fitted one or a long shirt, I don't know. Oh, let me pause it right here. That plane was teeny tiny. Teeny tiny, as you can see. So when you get on the plane, I think the instructor got in first and then we got in. I can't remember. But anyways, so they tell you to like scoop. And so basically, like, you know, you're kind of, and so then they start like hooking stuff on you as you're going up. They actually tell you, ooh, let's see if I remember this. I'm sure it's on the website, but they tell you that if you don't want to jump, like you get up there and you change your mind, they'll just bring you back down. But I can't remember if you get a refund or not. I think you do, but don't quote me on that. Do the research. Yeah, I was really scared though, but I was like, I will never let myself live this down if I don't jump out of this airplane. So, and Jess was actually right in front of the door. As you guys will see, she jumps out before I do. That's Jess. Ah, that's us getting ready to take off. We jumped 10 feet, somewhere around 10,000 feet, I think. I don't know, once I got up there and I was like, is that my city across the water? I don't think I want to be this high. Oh, God. I feel like it's like PTSD. Like, oh my God. Those goggles are actually quite uncomfortable. They really, like, as you can see, they're like digging into my cheeks. There's not really anything you can do about that, of course, but just like a heads up. Yeah, so they told us to put on the goggles. We're like getting hyped. It's like you kind of have to hype. You have to get hyped. But like you're, ooh, look, they opened, my face. They opened up the door and I was just like, you could see it in my face. You could see it in my face. I was like, oh, shit's about to get real. And then now my heart racing. And then, I like watched Just jump out. Okay, so what you don't see from the video, I'm sitting there, right? And I'm like, oh shit. Like this it's happening. It's happening. And so when Jess goes to they like make you scoop to where the airplane door is. And why am I acting everything out? Anyways, yeah, you go to the airplane door and then just like when they jumped, it was like, I don't know, it was like time was moving in slow motion. I was like, can you guys just sit in the doorway forever so I don't have to jump? But anyway, so like they are sitting there getting ready to jump, and then when they finally jump, I just see Jess's head flying across the window. She just flew away. You don't see it from the video because, like, you know, the instructor is the one controlling it. So, yeah, I was just like, that's gonna be me in a minute. And the thing that they tell you too, they're like, as soon as the first person goes, because you all have to land in the same area. So as soon as the first person goes, they're like, so then you like, as soon as they go, you gotta scoop. And then, so what he did, I don't know if it'll show up here, but we're like this. And we're like in front of the door, like you can feel all of the wind. And he tells me to like put my head back, right? So his head is here, his shoulder is here, and my head is back on his shoulder because I don't remember if this is true or not. I don't know, but apparently sometimes if you have your head forward, the wind can, I guess, like push your head back and kind of like knock the instructor in the head. And the last thing you want is someone who is unconscious strapped to you and you don't know how to use a parachute. So they tell you, put your head back. And then he like, I can't remember if he counted or not, but he was just like we were just there for a minute. All I saw was the sky. And then all of a sudden I was falling. And I was just like, oh. You could see, there's like a moment where my brain kind of lags a little bit. And then it's like, oh no, this is happening. Like it's happening right now. As soon as we jumped, I did like a, ah! But it's weird because it does really feel like the free fall. How do you explain it? Like I've heard people describe it as like it feels like the wind is carrying you. You kind of like, if you've ever done I Fly, which I actually did a few years before I went skydiving, you know, it's the wind is carrying you, but you're still falling. It just feels like you're being held. And I feel like I have a few tips for this moment right here. There's not many tips going into it, but for the fall itself, I wish that I put on more Blistex. Blistex is one of the loves of my life. And I don't know why I didn't just like grease it up, you know what I mean? And so my lips were so dry. And then what they actually tell you is once you jump, you have to have your hands like this. But like, okay, if you've ever done I Fly, you know your hands want to go like that. You just kind of want to, you know what I mean? It's like you have to really like fight the wind. You gotta like, you know, because the wind is just, it's so strong. You gotta fight against it. And so, and like when he was tapping my arm, because he was reminding me to do this, because like when he first told me, I was like, okay, I won't forget, that's so easy. As soon as I jumped, I forgot. And so he was tapping me to like remind me, like, you know, do what we spoke about. But I actually couldn't really feel his taps because there was just so much wind. So that's why he like takes my arm and kind of like makes me do it. But yeah, it was crazy. And then I have my crop top. I have my crop top on and it's just like flying up. I mean, I have a sports bra on, so it's like whatever. But yeah, that was just stupid. And I do have workout clothes on, but what I will say is like the harness is so uncomfortable. It like hurts really bad. Yeah, there's so much wind. Look at my lips. I'm like, whir. Oh my god, yeah, they did the slow-mo. I was like, my life is in danger, and I did it to myself. But anyways, yeah, my lips. I was like, ah. See, instantly, my hands said, whoop, and I had to bring them right back. I think this creates more wind resistance. I'm not sure. I think it's also for the health of your shoulders, because actually, now that I think about it, I can't remember if this was during skydiving or I Fly, but they actually tell you, like, if you have any shoulder injuries or whatever that you're just now recovering from, or you're like in the middle of recovering, it's dangerous because of how much wind pressure and like strength you need to keep yourself like this, you know? I was definitely sore after I Fly, but I can't remember if I was sore after skydiving. I want to say I was, but I cannot remember. I screamed again. Oh my god. Look at my shirt. But anyways, oh, one more thing to say. I don't think that this can be helped, but my crotch was hurting really bad. The harness, you know, it goes in between your legs or whatever. And it just feels like here's this person and this parachute, right? And then it's also your body weight. And when the parachute opens, which for some reason, like, I don't know what was going on with my brain during this entire experience, but it just felt like I was processing things slower than usual. And I don't know if it was my brain trying to comprehend. I don't know if it was my brain trying to comprehend what was going on, or more of like a defense mechanism to not like freak out too bad. But I forgot about the parachute completely. I like completely put my life in this man's hands. Anyways, so there's the person, the parachute, you, and it's like once the parachute opens, the feeling of almost like being stopped, like you're falling so hard and so fast, and then it's like you get kind of like yoinked once the parachute opens up, and that pressure on my pelvis was really painful. It hurt really bad. And I'm wearing workout leggings, so I don't think there's anything more comfortable that you could wear. But like if anyone just decides on a whim one day to go skydiving and you have like jeans, like I feel like it's a given that that would be a bad idea. But I'm saying it anyway, like don't wear jean material to skydive. I feel like that's such a dumb thing to say. But again, like you know, you never know. People do all types of stuff. So, I mean, I jumped out of a plane, so I think, yeah, just wear comfortable stuff. I think, you know what would have been great? I think if I wore like a full body suit, like a cat suit, it would have been cute, and I wouldn't have had that. My shirt wouldn't have been flying up. Which I didn't even realize my shirt flew up like that until after I watched the video. When they sent me the video in 2021 and I watched it, I didn't realize my shirt was up like that. There was so much going on. My shirt being up was the last thing on my mind. And there's just so much air and stuff. It was a really beautiful view. Oh, also, there's like a little landing tip too. They tell you, that right there, that hurt, that's a pain. I was in pain. You could see it on my face. You could see it on my face. I was trying to enjoy the experience and the view. I was like, wow, this is so beautiful, but also, ow, I want to be on land now. Look at me, traumatized, shaken up. Actually, I think I was shaking. Me and Jess actually got food and went to the beach. We went to Long Island, what's it called? Jones Beach after. There's Jess in the background. We went to Jones Beach after, and got food and stuff, and I was like still shaking. Like, you know, it's really weird. There's something, actually, wait, let me go to the end of the video and see if there's anything else left to say. No. Okay, so there's something weird about deciding one morning, I'm gonna jump out of a plane, and then you do it, and then you're like, okay, like, let's go hang out now. And then the next day you go to work and you sit down and you're just like, and it's almost like you didn't even jump out of a plane the day before. I don't know. Interesting. You know what? That's life. But you know what? I'm trying to think if there's any other tips. I don't think there are any other tips besides moisturize your lips, wear comfortable clothing, I would say like full athletic attire, sneakers and all. Believe in yourself. Yeah, that's it. You know, I think it's probably also a really good idea to get the pictures and videos. Yes, it is very expensive, but it's kind of like when people say that your body forgets sometimes. And even though I would remember from time to time, like, oh, here's this big thing that I was able to accomplish, aka jumping out of a plane. There was a part of me that I would forget from time to time what that felt like as the days went on. But rewatching the video and actually having a physical response, that's something like that. I don't know. And it's really great to have the pictures and the videos and to be able to share my experience too. Not just talking about it, but you guys being able to actually see. Like my face is so expressive, you can see like, honestly, I feel like you could see in my face what I was going through for the most part. And the instructor at the end asked like if I recommended skydiving to anyone. I definitely do. I think it was a great experience, and I'm not gonna lie, like after that I was like, I can do anything. As if I was in charge for the parachute. I didn't do anything. I just showed up to the full extent, which is still a feat. But yeah, I think it's a big accomplishment. I felt like I was like, what can I not do at this point? He was also asking me like, would you want to go skydiving again? And I was like, I think I need some time. I kind of need some time to process what just happened. And also, I don't know. I feel like I already experienced it. Yeah, for me, it was about like the experience, trying something new as always. It was about pushing myself, believing in myself, the whole nine, you know, all the reasons people decide to skydive. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if you like this video, and if you plan on skydiving, what you expect. If you have any questions that maybe I didn't like just say was a tip or whatever, I can answer that in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.